Hi, this is Brian McKnight, and welcome to the 2418 show. I know you were expecting to hear the lovely voices of Avery, Jazz, and Mo, but I have something I want to get off my chest first. I've been hearing and reading all the rumors and slander regarding me and my estranged family, and I gotta say it hurts. It hurts so much that I immediately changed my will. That's right, I'm confirming all this motherfucking shit. This is Brian motherfucking McKnight. Fuck them kids, okay?
Oh my God.
Fuck them kids, okay? I am happy with my wife and my new family and my new son, Brian Jr. Yes, I know I already have a Brian Jr., but I don't give a fuck. This one is the real Brian Jr., okay? He is my soul heir, my legacy, and I'm gonna let y'all in on another little secret. All them love songs I sang back in the day, I didn't need none of that shit. They was just a means for me to get checked. But anyway, this has been Brian McKnight, signing off for now. Now back to these three motherfuckers on the 2418 show. And I'm gonna tell y'all right motherfucking now, I heard the last podcast and y'all better put some respect on my motherfucking name, okay? Like my nigga Birdman said, I'm talking to all three of y'all. Put some respect. All right, you know what?
You an asshole. Can we please start back at one?
You know what?
Yo, I cannot picture. I cannot.
Anyway, welcome once again to another episode of the 2418 show. Hold up. This your guy Mo Love.
This is Avery. And it's Jen.
And once again, we are back up in this bitch. Episode number 10.
Oh, wow.
We have done this shit
10 times. 10.
How y'all feel about that?
I feel good. It feels like we've done it more, I guess because of how natural it is, but when I think about it, 10 is a lot. Yeah. That's a lot. And the thing is, I don't even remember what half the stuff I said, so it's probably bad. I had to replay our stuff. I said, yo, damn, really? You say that? Did I really just say the first thing that came to my mind?
I'll put this out there. The last episode where you went off on the infant drop boxes was the funniest damn 10 minutes.
Yo, you was going hard.
When I tell you, I've watched that at least 7, 8, or 9 times since we did that. That shit gets me through my day at work.
I watched it too. But not saying I'm embarrassed, but it's like it was such a natural reaction for me that I wasn't thinking about what it would look like on camera or it looked like it would with my hair back. But I was really like, I swear, sometimes Avery puts the pieces of the puzzle together for me. So when he said it's going to be in most of the red states, I was like, like, it's funny how they have a whole plan. Let me not get into it again, already. They have a whole plan and scheme, and I saw through it very clearly. Oh, Lord. So Avery really, because of his political insights, yeah. But we're going to get into it, speaking of Avery, was it that last past weekend, but the weekend before that, correct? Correct. We did attend Avery's graduation. He got his degree in hacking y'all interfaces. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. And I said, so when y'all be seeing us, our video hack the White House, don't be surprised. No, I'm joking. That's the sound of the police.
Don't be talking about hack the White House and shit.
What's wrong with you? No, that's serious now. When did you get a degree? Oh, my degree is going to be CIT, so Computer Information Technology. So it's more of web programming, designing the web page. So no cybersecurity? I do have a minor in cybersecurity. Don't you dare start.
Oh, great.
But me and Mo did attend his graduation along with his family, but because there was so many niggas there, not too many of us could fit underneath the tent, but baby, we was outside the tent. And we was watching, and we got a front row seat to see the the graduates come out.
Yeah.
So it was nice. I had never been to that campus before. It's a nice, lovely campus, and then we literally sat up underneath the tree, and magically we did not get wet from the rain.
I was worried about y'all.
No.
I was like, it was raining. I was like, y'all good?
I was mad because I didn't bring my pen because I'm like, shit, I'm gonna sit here underneath the tree.
I might as well. Yeah. Let's take. No. Or maybe we can roll it up here. But
okay.
We saw you. It was a nice ceremony. It was kind of one of the more cohesive, organized ones that I've seen. We heard your name loud and clear.
Yeah.
And we got to meet some of your family that day. And tell us about how you were feeling, like what was going through your head, and like what is this actually happening? Like, all my hard work is paid off.
Definitely, like everything was paid off. I'm sitting there realizing, like, oh shit, I really got my diploma. Like, I'm about to really do my thing. And then it's like, walked upstairs, saw all my classmates that I was with, and through all that time with everything. I was like, okay. And then that's what everybody was asking, like, are you nervous? I'm like, I don't know what to be nervous about because I'm like, I'm about to walk in, get my diploma, and say, like, I did it. But at the same time, that walk was so goddamn long. That was so.
I was gonna ask, were you afraid? Because a lot of people like there's slipping or falling, tripping.
Anything can happen, but mine was just like I didn't know it was going to be that long of a walk. Cause we was on like the second floor in the building.
You meant like the walk out there,
right?
And then sitting down in the order that y'all had to sit down in on it.
Yeah. I was 104. You know, I was
104. Whoa.
That shit. How did you sit there for that long and not get answered?
I actually was cool. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I was actually cool. And I'm sitting there getting ready. I'm like, all right. So it was just us who got our bachelor's in arts and science, and then you had next to us was I think they were adult classes that got their bachelor's. So they was, if you really know this, they was
adult class.
See, I'm glad it wasn't me because you always want to say it's me. Look at him, that adult class. Okay, we're gonna get to you after this too because you do a lot of adult things like adult chaperoning. So we'll get into that afterwards.
I told you, remind me to cover my.
So no, it was the adult classes that they still got their bachelor's in arts and science too. So they probably have families that they really couldn't go into the classroom, so they did the whole adult classes during night school.
Right.
So they went through the night school, and you saw how they was actually real good, hyping everything. I was happy myself, but it was just like
I think that's how it is though in school. Like you, especially in college, when it's time for graduations or big events. You see a bunch of people we probably don't know.
Right.
Like, oh, congratulations. I've never seen you a day in my life. But,
I never see you on campus, but now I see you get your graduation, your diploma, which was great. Which I'm not gonna lie, it was a great experience. I'm glad y'all came.
We came to.
Yeah, it was very good.
And your tassel that fell is in my car.
No, don't just gloss over that.
Yeah.
Sing the song that you made up, Jazz.
Exactly. Because I heard y'all made some songs.
When I think of tassels, I think about strippers. And I don't know why. And I think about the tassels that's on their boobs. Maybe I'm jealous because I have bigger boobs. I'm never going to be able to wear tassels because you wouldn't be able to see them. But tassels on tassels on your titties.
Tassels on your titties.
Tassels on.
Yo, if someone really would go around and rerun that shit, I would be no more good.
I was singing the whole week after. Like, I'm at the job. Tassels on your titties. Tassels on your titties.
It's the Nate Dogg remix. Whoa. Tassels on your titties.
You are not about to bring Nate Dogg remix. You are not about to do that.
And then you graduated and then you celebrated maybe like a week or two later. What was your graduation celebration afterwards?
Oh, my graduation.
That's on your shirt right now.
So yeah, so my graduation gift, I went out to see Janet Jackson at Allentown.
Yep.
Oh my god, and
How was that?
it was wonderful. And you know, that's literally my second time I went to a concert.
Ever in life?
Ever since the pandemic.
Okay.
Because you remember the first time I went was the Millennium Tour.
I don't think I've been to a concert since. I would have to think about it hard. I don't know if I have, but
yeah, the first time I went, it was a Millennium Tour right before COVID. That's the time I saw P2K, Pretty Ricky, Floyd, Chingy.
Mm-hmm.
J-Ron was there at that time.
Genuine?
What? What is you doing?
The little thing
he doing that neck roll.
Or happened.
Before
that was
he
before
fell.
he fell. That was a couple months back. He was doing the.
Look. But this time, it was a graduation gift and from my sister. Thank you, sis. She basically told me, she was like, look, you got Janet Jackson tickets. And I was like, the first time she told me, I was like, wait, what? And she was like, you got Janet Jackson tickets. I said, stop playing. Because that's one of my biggest dreams is to go and see her on stage. So when I actually went up there and we got the tickets that I saw, she was dead ass serious. Man, I was talking shit at work.
Guess what I want to go see?
No, I was walking around saying, Miss Jackson, if you got see! I was walking around. I was doing that. I didn't give a fuck. I said, look. I said, look. I said, guess who's going to see Janet? This guy right here. I was talking shit the whole
I think that's how you sent it to us in the chat, too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you guys had a good time. Now, how was the venue? How was the crowd?
The crowd was lovely. It was a good vibe. Everybody was on their feet, dancing, singing, clapping, going off. And it wasn't like others when you have people acting stupid and stuff like that, but it was actually a good
It was
vibe.
genuine fun. Like,
Yeah, it was really a good
what
time.
would you say the age group or like the ranges of ages was?
Probably between my age and up to like older couples.
Okay.
They were sitting up there having a good time.
There were no kids in this.
If
We were
there
in the same
was,
So, won't be no Karens getting upset.
no
Anything
Sam
changes.
Smith,
No.
stuff going on. Like, oh my God, what is she talking about?
oh, it was none of that.
Anywhere, anytime you put what? Yeah.
Look, when I felt like I saw one of them dancers grab her lower part of her ass, almost grab her ass and shit.
Wait,
I
what?
almost lost her mind. I almost lost my mind.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Grab her ass.
Almost grabbed her hand. That was like the
Wait, they grabbed Janet's butt or
the dancer.
butt?
It was just dancers.
The dancer grabbed her butt. Almost grabbed her butt.
Almost grabbed the butt.
Okay.
So we almost lost our shit. I almost lost my shit.
See, that's why I couldn't be one of her backup dancers, because I would have grabbed her ass.
Look, shit. We was
Those are the beats of Mo and Mo only.
I
That is
told
Mo.
look. My sister even said it to me. She said, "Well, I had she took you on stage." I said, "Shit, I'm sorry, I'm cheating on her." So
Look,
I'm taking my opportunity.
exactly.
I would have been grabbed her ass and been like,
Oh my God.
Look,
But what was, if you had to name, like, because songs and live, like,
and I'm gonna tell you one thing.
go ahead.
She may be 57 years old right now.
Same age as my mom.
Bitch, my mom was 56, so her birthday was on Mother's Day too.
Hey.
So at 57, and she was still breaking down, doing her choreo when she was in her 20s, and like
Right.
she was doing it like it was nothing.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, what was your top 2 or 3 songs that she performed or choreo that she performed? Because album is different, but the actual show element of it.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the show was all lit. Every song she sung, there was no lip syncing, none of that. She sung all her songs, and she sounded just like her record. Till when she did "If," and when she sung, I guess on "Lonely," and she did the choreo, I lost my shit. That's the way love goes. She was saying that. I was like, oh my god, she still got it, and she actually looked really good.
That's good.
It was good, and I can say that I was standing for the next 3 hours. I may sit down maybe twice, but most of the time I was standing. That seat did.
No. Keep it real. You was in the seat doing the dances, wasn't you? You was up there in your seat doing the dances, wasn't you?
No, he was in the middle of the aisle doing the choreography with her.
I had to calm myself down because I would have broke down in one part.
He was in Rhythm Nation.
Shit. I was dressed all in black because we was like.
That's what I was confused about. Like, well, are you performing too? Why y'all got to wear all black?
So that was the idea we came up with. It was like, oh, we're gonna wear all black, be like Rhythm Nation. I say, yo, that'd be some funny shit if they accidentally was like, yo,
come on stage.
Yeah, y'all dancers, y'all supposed to be on the stage.
Yeah.
Yo, I'll be no more good.
Well, we're glad you enjoyed yourself. Now, did you have any food there, any adult beverages, or was it just a chill night?
It was a chill night. It was a chill night. Just sit there, watch her perform, and it was good. Like right now, on this shirt right now, on the back, it still has all her tour dates.
Her dates on there?
Like even tomorrow, she going up to Toronto, Canada. That's it right now. So I'm like, shit.
Canada is still going.
Mm-hmm.
After all these years.
Mm-hmm. I got no problem with that.
Speaking of people who are still going, Avery wasn't the only one having fun. Mo had some fun of his own this past weekend, right?
Mr. Chaperone.
Yeah. So why don't you tell us a little bit about, why you got dressed up over the weekend?
Because I had to go help my wife chaperone. Already. I had to help my wife chaperone a dance at this senior independent living facility that's literally a block away from here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna lie, I had a good time.
Oh, that's
Seeing them old folks get turned the way they do was an experience. It's nothing like what young people do.
Right.
I mean,
it's a little more slow, but it's still energy's still there.
All I know is they played Boogie Wonderland by Earth, Wind & Fire.
Oh shit!
They tried to turn that shit out. I was like, no. The funniest thing though was they played that song "Me and Mr. Jones," and I've been listening to so much Meg Thee Stallion. But I've been listening to so much Meg Thee Stallion. I'm thinking Simon Says is getting ready to start playing. Yeah, I gotta have it. Ratchet pussy magnet. Baby out of mouth. I'm not. You had to see the look on my face because I'm like, oh, wait a minute. But then I had to remember there's an actual song that makes samples. But for a split second, I was like, all right, so who's the twerking brain in here? That shit comes on.
You was really saying who was the twerk brain?
There's always one freak old head in the group that when her shit come on, she got to drop and get low and all that. So that's what I was looking for.
You know they got bad knees. They can't be doing it.
I know, and that's wait, what?
I can't lie. I can't lie about that one.
So
what?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about when they have bad knees. But you said the twerking granny. I said, oh, they may have bad knees. I said, well,
okay. She gonna get on that floor, Miss Gertrude gonna get on the floor with that cane.
Mm-hmm.
Ew.
Or they gonna get that walker that you can sit in and they gonna turn around and hold that.
Somebody might throw that walker away. They might toss that walker and start jamming. Okay, now.
But what would you say was your favorite part about it, and what was the most unexpected part about it?
The most unexpected part, because I didn't think I would have a lot of fun being that there was really no one my age there, but I was kind of surprised. I mean, it was pretty chill. I think I heard every Motown song in existence at this point. If there's one that they didn't play, I don't know how they missed that one. No, I'm sitting over there. I mean, I wish I'd had some alcohol. That would have been the only thing that would have made it better. But I'm sitting over there. Ooh, I bet you wonder how I do.
Did they play any slow songs?
I have heard.
The majority of it was slow.
Wow. I was thinking, how we went to that? I was just singing Grapevine.
No, you know what they did play? They played And it was just my imagination.
Imagination again, running away with me. Ooh, yeah, just my imagination running away with me.
Shout out to the Temptations.
Every night on my knees I pray.
You got Otis.
Oh my, I hear you, Otis.
Well, y'all both got out and had some fun, and it was cool. Now, what was Avery's inspiration behind the outfit? But you had on all black as well.
I mean,
So were you in Rhythm Nation? Or were you in the Black Panther Nation? Because they probably that old. They were in the Black Panther
Ooh. Ooh. I'm gonna take a sip on that.
Did you happen to meet anyone or make any friends with any,
I talked to a couple people in here. Like me and this one dude, we ended up talking basketball for about 30 minutes. So.
Did he remember anything afterwards?
That is yo, you was so wrong on that one.
Did he say after 30 minutes, who are you again?
Yo, I can't.
Oh my god. Oh Lord.
So you all one already.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start singing rhyming now just because now. Do it ever cross your mind?
No, I don't want to sing that song. No.
Do you ever
So
reaching out for me?
we want to give a few shout outs to some people. So we do want to shout out, of course, Brittany Griner for making her debut after being in Russia for how long was she in Russia? For almost a year, right? Yeah, almost a year. So of course, like she's cut her locks. She seems like she's really like in a good spirit and good mood, and then she played well, right?
Yeah,
she was
played her first game was Friday night, and then yesterday was her first home game, which
First off, she was going in.
First off, I was not expecting to get emotional watching a basketball game, but so they, how you do like the team introduction, so all the players come out, but she comes out last, and they switched the music up, so they was playing like some hip hop shit for all the players, and then all of a sudden BG comes out and starts going, "I'm coming home."
Yeah.
I'm like, dog, really?
That was sweet.
Certain songs, really touching.
And BG, she's like a soldier. She comes out there like, I'm like, yo, how
can you not say BG?
emotional?
When you say BG, I think about the Hot Boys.
Yeah,
you can say B Griner though, no? BG.
Now I'm not going to be able to not say BG without thinking the Hot Boys.
Yeah, I would.
But yeah,
where is BG? Is he in jail?
Damn, where'd that come from?
Really?
I think he is. But if I'm not mistaken, that was the last time I heard anything about him.
I mean, he might be in jail. I don't know.
We don't know. We'll find out.
But she seemed like she was in good spirits and whatnot. Also,
the other part of it is she looks like she didn't show any rush. You wouldn't know she had played a competitive game in 10 months. Like she dominated yesterday. I mean, granted they lost, but she wasn't the reason
they lost.
Phoenix lost. Like she looked great.
She did. She took a lot of good shots. I was like, God damn.
Yeah, like there's no rush there. I don't understand. I'm not even rephrasing. I get why they're managing her minutes the way they are, but at a certain point, I'm just like, look, just let her go. Like she's killing it right now.
Okay, so we're going to also give a shout out to. It was our primary elections that happened. What was it last week as well?
Yeah.
And we have our first Black woman mayor in the primary elections.
Sherelle Parker.
Yeah, Sherelle Parker won. Shout out to her. This is a huge deal. I'm trying to be hopeful that we will get our first black woman mayor. We had a few black male mayors. Oh, that sounds weird. Male mayors. Black male mayors.
But
oh, that sounds so
I
weird.
feel like it's gonna be different because like I heard her first talk because she wasn't there when she saw the results, but after she did her first talk and meeting, she met Josh Shapiro today to have a conversation with him. Start her campaign. I'm like, I'm really hopeful. Like they already talking about like she probably is going to be the winner, not the winner, but like it's more likely they will go to her.
Yeah, okay.
When it comes to the election in November,
they do the polls where you can kind of see like where people are kind of leaning, who they're leaning towards.
So like even though like the first time we saw the poll, the first time I saw everybody was running for mayor, you saw like 10 Democrats and saw that shit. I'm like, God damn. And you know, I said something about this. I said, you know what's funny? You had 10 people running to be the primary for mayor, but you only saw like three people in commercials.
It was Helen.
It was like Helen Jim.
Excuse me, Gim.
Yeah.
I said the same thing too. I don't know if it's Gim or Jim.
I thought it was.
It's Gim, but it looks like Jim.
No, I'm not allowed to vote for Philly.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
It's like Helen.
Don't worry about
It's
this.
like Helen Kim, Sherelle
It's
Parker,
Philly people business.
Who's the last one? Like
you shouldn't say that about yourself.
Anyway, oh damn. So it was always Sherelle Parker, Helen Kim, Jim, whatever her last name is. Other people was Alan Don or somebody's name.
Yes.
It was always them three, but you didn't see nobody else when it came to those other commercials or
Right.
advertisements. So it was like, okay, whatever. And I would say this, like, that's okay, I don't vote. I didn't vote, and I should have. But the reason I say this because I'm on my papers, I'm not affiliated to no party. So what that means about it is I can pick anybody who I want, who I feel as though they could run.
Right.
But I go by what they will do for me.
Right.
So when I saw she won, I took it as like, okay, cool. Like we're gonna have the first mayor. Like you got a first mayor, we're about to have a first mayor coming up here running, and then we got a first mayor commissioner for the police force. So I'm like, this would be a good, exciting thing to see him. And I always, like I said, to Sherelle Parker, I wish her the best of luck. I wish her to like the strive. I want to support her whatever she does. And like, I'm not the type of person who would just want to pick. Oh, I'm gonna pick Sherelle Parker. I'm gonna hear everybody out.
Right.
I'm that type of. I'm gonna hear everybody out, and then I'm gonna pick who I want because I feel as though. Even though if you're a Democrat or a Republican, I don't like that label of like
this person is for this party and these type of rules and ideologies and same thing because they be in cahoots with each other sometimes. It don't matter about that. It's just about who is. It's about who is the better candidate.
Right, and I feel so. Who's going to help us? Who's going to help us, or who we going to benefit the person the most? Because like nowadays, like we could actually talk about it with this whole debt shit they're talking about right now in the White House. That might fuck up everybody's 401k and Social Security. I don't like that shit. Like that will affect all of us.
Does that link into that CNN town hall?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so
I didn't. To be honest with you, when you mentioned this, I wasn't really informed, so I didn't do that.
So
give me all the details.
Let's put like this. So
it was a Trump rally on CNN, pretty much.
Pretty much. So basically,
you was flipping the channel and you saw some shit. What'd you say?
No. So basically, I decided I didn't watch it, but I saw a little bit of it. So everybody, what happened was CNN decided they wanted to do a show, well, basically like interview with him because they want to know how he felt after.
Oh wait, that's what makes this whole thing sweet or whatever because They did this the same week he got found guilty in the civil case.
And with the rape case, and he had to pay $5 million for the woman.
Literally the same week.
Right. So,
messy.
so in the court, Donald Trump was found liable for this rape of, I forgot her name already, the woman, because she basically said that he raped. She claimed that
she was the one he grabbed by the pussy.
Right. So when he was talking on that last host,
I'm not trying to be insensitive at all, but how did you start this case? Like, remember that phrase he came up with?
They played that back in court.
They really played that in court. So
you just can't say anything you want to say.
Right. So after that, he basically like went on.
E. Jean Carroll was her name, by the way. I didn't know that she was.
What happened?
E. Jean Carroll, that's her name.
Yeah, E. Jean Carroll basically sued him for liability of the rape, and found out she won. So they decided to go on TV and basically talk about it, and he basically was saying like, "Oh, I don't know her. She is lying." Basically doing a whole defamation again, right after he was like found liable.
Now I'm sorry. Do y'all think $5 million is enough?
He ain't gonna pay it anyway, so it don't really matter.
He can't pay it. He's broke.
Interesting. So how's she gonna get her money back?
Every Trump, when he did the Trump University, that failed.
I'm sorry, Trump University.
When he did the Trump
What can you get a degree in? Racism? I'm sorry. I'm minoring in prejudice, and my next class is about indentured servitude. Like, what the hell?
Thank you for playing that. So I was not. So he did Trump. Remember, he had like six businesses that failed. So he had Trump University. He did the airline.
What happened to the Trump Tower and shit? Is that still around? The hotels and shit where he has a taco salad?
No, I know.
Where he wants to build a wall?
I remember when I was in Vegas, he was trying to build a Trump Tower in
Trump
Vegas.
Tower still existed. R. Kelly got kicked out of one of them.
So isn't that ironic?
So I still remember there was a Trump Tower he was supposed to have in Vegas.
If you're not gonna share, get out. I'm joking.
But they was not gonna finish building after he ran for president. So I remember about that one. So let's get back to CNN town hall. So basically,
so they had an interview and then it became a rally. I'm confused.
So it was a
majority of the audience was basically Trump supporters.
Right.
Oh, so they had like a meet and greet where you get on stage and you have your fans in the audience and you ask them questions like a Q&A type of shit.
It wasn't really Q&A, but it was like they was trying to give him an interview, but every time he like lied about it, said,
which is pretty much the whole thing.
The whole thing, they was like fact checking the hell out of him, so he couldn't really. Oh, I don't believe it's true.
And then the audience members were like what?
So basically, they was basically cheering for him. So what that whole thing was like, it was a shit show. Like it was bad, and a lot of people didn't like that because it was like, oh, CNN, you shouldn't have gave him that, but I'm not going to watch y'all anymore. Like a lot of people was like saying like, I'm not going to watch y'all. I'm going to cancel all my subscribers and all this other shit, but I look at it as this. Y'all really need to pay attention what this man is, because the fact that y'all see this and he's still bringing up that whole 2020 election that it was stolen from him. He's still saying to this day it was stolen from him. And he's still doing that. He even said it on there, on January 6th, it was the greatest thing that ever happened. And he was literally saying this shit. He was literally saying that, like, oh, this was the biggest crime I ever spoke, and what happened that day was the greatest thing that ever happened. Like, he was really admitting all this shit. So, I say this, the fact that he's still saying this shit and y'all are mad about this, y'all really need to...
Does he have a publicist? Does he have a team of people? Like, you said you're going to cut my mic off. Somebody need to cut this mic off.
He does have a team, but they're all yes men.
Not even the yes man, but even they tell him don't say it, he still will go and say it.
He don't give a fuck.
He don't care. That's the problem.
You know how many times probably somebody in the White House wanted to take his phone and they still left it with him anyway because they knew it was fucking pointless?
I can't.
But like
every other night they probably in the White House like, I'm gonna log off Twitter because I know the motherfucker
Gonna say some shit.
I'm not
gonna
going to
look
see
at
it
him.
happen.
Like that's embarrassing.
It was
He's not back on Twitter though, is he?
True Social. Like Elon unbanned him or whatever, but he hasn't jumped back on.
Of course
Twitter yet.
not. He gonna try to,
He's gonna try to go on another company. He was gonna try to another social media, but it was like that CNN town hall. I saw a little bit of it. It was just a shit show. Like she was trying her best to like fact check him on everything.
There's no sense and no point in talking to someone who does not make sense.
He's totally
Like
delusional.
he not even is he delusional. He's so deflective. I mean, like he deflects so much, and he's never gonna admit. Like, why would he do that?
You can tell him the sky is blue,
But
and he'll still tell you it's orange.
Yeah,
But you know how bad it is. He's still the running lead for the primary election for the president of 2024. So
that was perfect. That was perfect.
He's still leading. Like y'all see how this shit ends. Like who the fuck is voting for him?
Yo, but it's really showing that he is really leading under.
I mean,
Ron DeSantis.
I mean, yeah, in like the red states, I would assume.
Oh shit.
Damn.
I would assume.
Last time somebody said red states, you went off.
You went off. Yeah. Damn, I ran out of my drink. I was sick.
I mean, just my friend, I'm not gonna go off.
But still,
Say
but
that
like,
later.
that's how bad it is. Like it's like he's saying all his lies, like he's saying all this shit, and you sitting there looking like, yo, we got. Can you believe this shit's really happening? And he's still leading, and I'm like, sometimes that's why I feel like CNN. When it comes to CNN, I do watch CNN because it's like you gotta see what's going on around the world.
Yeah, you don't. One thing I don't mind watching ignorant shit because you want to be well versed in everything.
Exactly.
You don't want to just keep watching things that only feed your personal bias.
Mm-hmm.
You want to look at the whole scope of shit. So when you can fact check and then you can be like, yo, but you said this, and then you did this, and you did that. So when you still put the facts in front of somebody and they still are consistent in their delusion, what is the point?
Okay.
What is the point?
Since y'all are going to say it, I'm gonna say it. Look into the game. I'm gonna say it. Like, how the fuck is he leading? Like, y'all know how the fucking shit ends with him. Like,
but this is the thing. There are so many people across the country that are like him.
He had people break into a government building because he said the election was fucking
He
stolen.
gave people the courage to do shit like that.
Exactly.
Because before then, racism was not like overt, like it wasn't in your face.
But like,
he put the shit in your face.
hey, but I always say this: the best thing Trump ever did is show people how people really are.
Right. That's the best thing.
That's the best thing. I would still say this: the best thing he ever did was show revealed everybody how they felt about the African American community.
No, anybody.
Actually, yeah.
How you want to build a wall and you want to sell taco salad in your Trump Tower? What sense does that make? Do you know where tacos originate from? You fucking cultural appropriating ass nigga. Like, what's wrong with y'all?
She's not wrong. But she's not wrong, though.
Do you know they have underground railroads? Do you know this?
Wait,
what? I watch too much Snowfall, but you can build. What did Jay-Z say? You can build a wall with digging tunnels. Like, people are gonna find a way to get in here.
Exactly.
Why are you trying to regulate that? That's not up to you. No one said anything about all the immigrants that came from Italy and Europe. Like, come on.
How the fuck is he? Y'all got to have a better option than that. Like, he was embarrassing us on TV. He's sitting there getting mad at people who don't sing the national anthem. Meanwhile, he on TV. He don't even know the fucking words of national anthem.
But the top two running mates that they already said is going to be him and Ron DeSantis, which he's already fucking up in Florida. And we're not going to go back to about that talk in Florida.
We are not.
I'm telling y'all, anyone who listens to this one think we hate Florida.
But he already passed a bill in Florida that they supposed to allow people to take kids away from family if they doing the whole transgender care.
Yeah.
Ron DeSantis, what the fuck is wrong with you?
They worry about the wrong shit.
They really run.
It's people homeless.
I say it all the time.
people with mental health issues. It's people who are not eating, and you're worried about people who decide to do things with their body, like
Oh,
in their kids.
Okay, so if we're gonna go to that, let's talk about Caitlyn Jenner and her bullshit comment on this one. Let's really go into that one.
So there was an incident when I kind of have to look this up again to be refreshed on it. But there was a transgender woman who was let into a sorority unknowingly by, I guess the other sorority house members. Okay. They did not know that she was transgender, and apparently she was sexually assaulting the other women in the household. And they said several times she was visibly erect because she still has her biological body parts as a man. Okay. And Caitlyn Jenner had went on to talk about it and say that she is not a woman. She is a disgusted, perverted man.
Caitlyn Jenner, she has no right to say anything because the last time I checked, you was Bruce when her last ex-wife was the same one saying you wasn't a man, couldn't take care of yourself, or you wasn't a man of the house, that you had the whole sex change to be Caitlyn Jenner. But I digress on that one. But you did the whole, for Caitlyn Jenner to even say that shit and then turn around and try to tell somebody you're not a woman, you did the exact same shit as this woman. Even though she still had a dick between her legs, I'm sorry, but we will call it is until she chop, snip that shit off.
Right.
But if she's identifying herself as a woman, she will identify herself as a woman. But you can't sit there and tell somebody, oh, you're not a woman, but you did a whole sex change.
I was trying to look for the person's name and I cannot find their name.
But, you can't sit here and talk that shit and you did the whole same thing. But I forgot, you did that same thing because your ex-wife told you wasn't a man enough. So you did that whole sex change.
Wait, is that why he did?
Yes, he did.
Well, I don't think so.
I said it because he was basically...
Apparently he had been cross-dressing for years. Way back. Maybe 90s or early 2000s,
but still,
times cross-dressing, and he wanted to become who he is. I don't disagree with what he said. Only because I don't want to say the wrong thing either or offend anyone. However, if there are real people out there who believe in transitioning and believe in being the whole fool, being a woman.
But I'm a whole 100%. Anybody who feels though they feel trapped and they want to transition over, I give you that whole respect. I respect anybody who do that. But you can't sit here and tell me, oh, you not a woman, blah blah blah. But
I can if you're trying to attack women and use being called a woman as a means to get to women. Right. And that's the only issue I have is that not everybody in any type of sense is doing things for a pure nature, to be genuine. And there are real people out there who will be trans and will be allies to women and who will, support women and they'll support them. But you trying to kind of cosplay as a woman and say you're a woman just to assault women is not acceptable. You can't sit there and say, I'm a woman and then I'm using my manpower to assault you. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I couldn't say you on that one, but I just didn't like that one. What you just said, that's unexcusable. I'm not there with that.
Right.
But I just didn't like how Caitlyn Jenner just come out and try to say you're not a woman, this and this. I'm like, excuse me, sir. I can't say sir, but I'm like, excuse me, ma'am. But did you just do the same thing? Did you just do the same thing?
She did. Excuse me, I misspoke. She did. But I feel like she's a little bit more lenient, like I was saying in the group chat, that she still allows her children to call her dad. Because there are those people who transition and understand that the transition is hard for other people, not because they don't accept you, but because they've known you for X amount of years as a certain type of way and a certain type of person.
Right, and
so
I understand that.
You can wear the wigs, you can wear the makeup and change your name, and you can still be someone's dad. And I think that's respectable, versus somebody who's you not using that and being authentic.
Yeah, and I respect that too. But like I said before, I'm not very educated on the transgender. I'm still learning some stuff here and there. Like there's some stuff I still learn. I still even say to this day, like Caitlyn Jenner, because she got older and she was doing it for years, and then she decided want to do the whole cross dressing. All right, cool, do your thing. But I feel as though, like, I'm gonna be a little digress on this certain subject. I feel like when it comes to a kid, let's say if it was a kid who felt like that way, I feel as though that type of decision, I won't be comfortable. Like,
kid do right.
I won't be comfortable.
I'm more of an adult and be a little bit older.
So like, if you if I had a son or something like that, and he comes at 10, 11, and he feels though he's a woman and all that, I'm not gonna let him do that.
Right.
Because
you have to wait until you're old enough.
Yeah, if he still feels like that as he's older, then I'm like, okay, do you? But at the young age, you really not understanding like this
how things work, how your body works, how other people work. Like
exactly. Like you don't understand this. You don't understand the actions that you're going to take, how people are going to view you. You have to really understand this. Like, people are not going to look at you the same. So I kind of understand that particular part.
Right.
So it's a real controversial conversation to talk about this.
It is. It can be uncomfortable because a lot of people, like, you don't want to offend anyone, but at the same time, you have to understand it's something that not a lot of people have been exposed to and that they know anything about, and that they're trying to protect their kids from trying to feel pressure to try to figure all of that out right now. Just worry about being a kid. Don't worry about sexual preference because you should be worried about that anyway. Right. Worry about just being a kid. And I know everybody in America loves to champion individuality and people expressing themselves.
And I agree.
But that should probably be something that
that's why I feel like when it comes to certain things, like be a kid. Don't try to be a grown up too soon. Like I'm 31. I'm like, don't try to be a grown up too soon.
Yeah, we tired of these bills. So
shit, we all are.
But turn your lights off so we can save some money.
Exactly. But as a kid, you want to grow up, like learn about other stuff. I know, like, sometimes as a kid you might be exposed to some stuff, but at the same time, when it's time for you to have that conversation, you should have that time to have that conversation with someone. And even now, like how, like it gets me mad how I see Ron DeSantis is like trying to block like African AP courses and trying to block all the transgender. He don't want transgenders to come to school and talk about their little sexuality or have a picture of them, don't say gays, all this other shit. It makes you really sit there like, when is the right time to talk about it? Because eventually they are going to get exposed to it, and you have to like have a sit down and have a conversation with them.
Yeah.
Like even we have the conversation like, how old were you? I can bring this right now. How old were y'all when your parents sat down to talk about sex?
I've never actually got the sex talk with you.
Like I can say that right now. I never did.
I want to say, like, it wasn't something that was discussed directly, but I think that, especially not with my dad, but with my mom kind of hinted it. When I had my first boyfriend, and when I was like, touch, like I was a little bit, and she's like, "Are you having sex?" And I was like, "Huh?" I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Okay, well, we're gonna make an appointment, go to the doctors, we're gonna get you on birth control, do that." I'm like, "Oh."
See, I never got that. Mine, it was how most movies they talk about the birds and the bees.
Birds and trees.
I didn't get none of that. So mine was more of like.
Sidebar, I used to say, I got a sweeter song than the birds and the bees. Not the trees.
So mine was more of like, oh, you got a girl before they found out. It was more like, oh, you got somebody like, oh, you better not be fucking.
I was going to say, don't start with your shit.
Right.
I'm not saying nothing.
But she was thinking.
Yeah, I wasn't even thinking that. Go ahead. I'm thinking about me.
like even when I first like someone, like, all right, don't go out there and be fucking and get somebody pregnant. And then I'm like, oh, okay. And then like it was, but I ain't been thinking for real. You really didn't think about it. I hate you guys. I never
I was thinking about how many hearts you broke.
Oh, you ain't shit. You really ain't shit.
But it's a good thing because you be pulling them both, so it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. I just remember us working together, and there was a particular girl when we all worked together who was like, "Yeah, Avery so," and we're talking, and I'm like, "Oh, honey," exactly. I'm like, "Girl, that dream will happen on the 32nd of November. Like, it's never
And
gonna."
when she found out, she was like,
She's like, I know I was stupid, girl.
Oh Lord.
I just remember it. I'm imagining how many other people I'm like, oh, I really like him. I'm like, oh my God, he doesn't even want me.
It wasn't even, and but I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even know myself what I was into because it was like I felt like I was changing,
Right.
but I just never knew what I was gonna be attracted to.
Right.
So
Because you thought some girls were cute, right?
yeah, I was.
Of
Not
course.
a lot. There was some girls that was very cute, but
Oh, thank you.
Oh.
I'm joking. It's a joke. Come on now.
oh Lord. But no, it was just like I just felt like at that time when I was in high school, I just felt like I was different and I just didn't know what at
Right.
that time.
Right.
So when all that happened and then, back when I came to find out senior I was attracted to guys like that, it was just at first, when you grow up in a home with a Christian home, it's like that's not the right way. And I'm
Right.
like, no, that's wrong. But
oh wait, is this where we get into like deep sexual conversations? Because I wasn't prepared for that.
Yeah, we have the list, the birds and the bees. I mean, the birds and the bees is more about just having sex. It's just your coming of age. No pun intended, but it's
It was a lot.
but it's more of
You
like
was trying to come.
because
damn. Oh my God.
I wasn't trying. I was. Oh man. Mom, if you're watching, please don't look at me. Mom, Dad.
Wait,
And I just had one of my friends, they say, send me the podcast. No, I'm not sending you nothing. I was
No, send the
I
podcast.
was in
They
there.
need to hear the real you.
They know.
okay, so this is nothing
What?
to
You said nothing I should be ashamed of. Nothing, did it?
Okay, so the following segment of the show is getting ready to be a lot of sexual innuendo and puns, so if you don't want to hear about fucking, you might want to skip this part of the show.
But I feel like you're right, you don't really know who you are and what you know. I mean, I think I always knew I liked guys. Yeah, I've always known that.
Why
But
this like puzzle? Look on your face.
because
Why'd
it
you
was
say
like,
that?
because of the attention I got from developing fast, I felt like I got too much attention at a younger age that it made me kind of be afraid of guys. You know what I mean?
But you had to understand my point. Like, I understand your point. I didn't really get that attention.
Right.
So I was more of the nerd.
Right.
So to have someone to think you find out that someone did like you,
Mm-hmm.
it was a good thing, but I never knew how to talk.
Right.
So, because I was always laid back, chill, and I was always insecure about myself because I had bad acne growing up. So I was kind of insecure about myself, and like I didn't know if anybody liked me. So it was like I always said to myself, I always wanted the attention of someone thinking I was cute or something like that.
You was cute. I've seen that picture of you. You was cute.
I'm gonna edit this and have Unfreddie play in the background.
I see you. Listen, we ain't trying to get no surgery, nigga. What are you talking about?
It's the message in the song being made to feel unpretty.
Right, because I really thought I wasn't good enough for it. You had to really understand. At my time, me growing up, I always felt
I
like
thought you was giving some time about just now. I'm like, what the fuck?
no.
What is going on?
But I could say this. At this time, I felt like growing up, I felt like I wasn't good enough for nobody.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can understand that.
So even when I did my work at school like that, even when my sister was talking about her day at school and I really didn't talk about it, I felt like I wasn't good enough for nobody. So even when I had that experience in high school, when people started to find out people was liking me and stuff like that, I didn't know how to respond because I never got that before. So, like, I may have had once or twice in elementary school or something like that, but, like, middle school, high school, I really didn't get that until my later junior, senior year. That's when I started getting it and I had to find myself.
That's when you started developing. Yeah, little ghoster. I'm just trying to look out.
You look like a very old person the whole time you was
How about you? You been real quiet over there. How about
Exactly.
you? How about you, Mr. Mo?
What you want to know?
How about that?
What
You know, another sidebar. You know they have Mr. Softy? There's a bootleg guy in there's a bootleg ice cream truck in my neighborhood named Mr. Mo.
We gonna talk about hold on, wait.
Mr. Mo, Mr. Softy.
Exactly.
Hold on. We over here talking about sex and you gonna throw out
Mr. Softy.
So now I'm not even thinking about ice cream at this point. I'm thinking about
Imagine calling a dude Mr. Softy. It's crazy.
Right.
But what about you?
What about me?
What about you? You in a sexual deviant all your life? No, I'm joking.
I mean,
no one ever talked to you, so you figured it out on your own, right?
I told y'all, playground and pornos.
Whoa, is that what's your memoir's gonna be called? Playground and porno.
That's a bad idea.
Oh God.
See, I didn't really have to deal with porn.
Her name was Vanessa Del Rio.
Oh God.
It's the very first porn tape I seen.
Who the other dude? What's his name? What's his name? The white dude. Jeremy.
Ron Jeremy.
Ron Jeremy. Oh God. Oh man. His body parts did not match his face. He should not have that type of thing.
He was another one
He
of the
does not
first ones I
deserve
saw too.
He does not deserve that. He got an old Mario Pizza Man face with that type. Come on, man. That doesn't match.
Look, I'm not even going to talk about when I first saw it, but I didn't see that.
Yeah, I think as a kid I watched it, but I didn't really, you don't know it until you feel those sensations. Like, to you, you're just looking at something and you're like, okay,
I told y'all,
No, you gotta understand. I found shit that I should have found.
oh.
And my mom, they were
Trust me, my parents used to have a whip on their bed that was tied. Sorry, Mom. Oh shit! It was a whip, and it had the bed. It was like two big bedposts,
Thank you.
and a canopy.
What the fuck?
It was like a canopy bed. It was like that was my bed. I don't know why, but
Thank you.
There was
Once
a
again,
whip on one of the posts of the bed, so we used to take it off and hit each other.
Once again, you have given me something to listen to on this episode.
Oh
my God.
I'm not going to be able to unhear.
So it was I got older, I was like, it's a fucking whip. I've been smacking my brothers and sisters with that. And not knowing, I'm like,
see, my mom never had that. So I know once I came across my mom. Sorry, Mom, again. I came across a book.
We all came across the book.
Y'all mom gonna look at this shit with disgust.
Oh no, you
They gonna look at y'all like, I can't believe that's my child.
I found a book and it said tickle my pickle.
What the fuck?
Tommy Pickles? No, I'm joking. The Rugrats? No, you're like Rugrats.
Oh my God.
So yeah, I kind of found the book and said tickle my pickle, and I went through the book to see what the hell they was talking about. I found out what it was.
And you looked there like, I was like, oh my god! And he was like, what it do, baby? You gotta figure out what it do.
So I found out what the hell that did. I said, oh my god, my mom was doing it.
But it's different for y'all because men can get random erections.
That was pretty much
young age,
That was
right?
pretty much my experience. The first time I jacked off, and I realized I didn't need the woman to get off.
Oh yeah, yo, that was so funny. The last time you said that off air,
No,
I really wish we would have caught that.
I was already active before I started doing that. And then I'm like,
you're like, wait,
I don't need the girl for this shit.
I don't need that.
Let's go.
I really wish we could put the F&F song. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm F-R-E-E-E. You don't need no
That's how
female.
I was. Like, wait, you don't have to have a woman to come?
Nah. Well, I mean, if you want to have more fun, you want to feel like
I mean, obviously it's more fun.
some people make it more stressful. But still, do tell. So you never got talked to.
No, I didn't. The only thing I ever got told was the typical black girl. She like, don't bring no babies home.
And then they throw a pack of condoms at you.
Yeah.
I mean, my school did that. My parents did
Oh,
that.
so we got school did that.
I remember being at my school and being in ninth grade and still being a virgin and them doing testing at my school.
Look, I was a virgin all the way up to my senior year.
Yeah, I was about, I think I was either junior going into senior.
Oh, so y'all gonna make me the whore.
I wasn't trying to make you a whore. No, because everybody was still talking shit about me. Because it was like, oh, you still a virgin? I'm like, yeah,
I remember being in ninth grade and they were doing testing for the kids. And I went to the bathroom and called my mom, like, Mom, should I get tested? She's like, are you having sex? I was like, no. She's like, why would you get tested?
Look, I still remember.
I'm like, I don't know. I sat on the toilet today.
Look,
Maybe I have, maybe I have scabies or maybe I have herpes or crab. You can get on the toilet.
Actually, you can.
You can. But I still remember.
Not that I would know personally.
But I still remember in high school when they showed those exclusive tapes of what it looked like if you had any type of STD.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I still remember that. Actually, I saw that twice. One in middle school because they was like, "Oh, we will cut out the edit version."
I'm still sure y'all would.
Trying to figure out what the blue waffle is.
Right. What?
Didn't you Google it?
Yeah, blue waffles came up. I want to go see the actual disease, not fucking blue dyed waffles.
Oh Lord.
So you weren't talked to either, but like I said, it's different from men. Sometimes when your body acts without you knowing. So what do you do in those situations?
The only other question my mom ever asked me about it was, do I know the difference between love and sex? And I couldn't answer that at 13 years old or 12 years old, however old I was, and I was like, no, I know.
Damn, here I was thinking, I would say, do you know the difference between the clitoris and the hole? She taught us some two or between love and sex.
I cannot picture it.
Do you know the difference between the vaginal canal and the clitoris? That's very important. Not about sex and love. This was wrong with you niggas nowadays. Y'all parents is trying to tell y'all about sex and love and not about what parts of the vagina. Where were y'all when you was learning about anatomy? Where were you? Do you know the difference? Wait. Do you know?
I'm not even gonna go there with you.
Why are you asking him?
That's me here. He can't know.
I do know, but shit. The last time I heard about sex, it was like what 8th grade when they were talking about it.
All of that shit you were talking about, something you broke her heart, all this and all that, but you gonna ask him about the clitoris and shit.
He can still know.
I still remember in high school we had to name the high school. We had to describe
exactly
how sex works and all.
Exactly. I did one class and it was a health class, and it was an activity where we had to break up in the group in the 4 groups, no 5 groups, and each group was a sense, taste, touch, smell, all that stuff, and we had to describe in sex what we taste, touch, smell, hear, felt, all that.
Wait.
I don't know where the rest of the stories get ready to fucking go.
What you like?
What smell was
You
this?
smell ass, you taste dick, whatever.
Wait. Wait.
So at the end of it, my teacher was like, if you gotta get up and present it to the class. So
wait, what?
So afterwards, we're not gonna tell you. Afterwards, my teacher was like, if any of y'all were embarrassed getting up here talking about this, you should not be having sex. And I said, yes, I agree. If you cannot sit here and talk about it, you should not be doing it. And that was a great cut. First of all,
Wait. They asked y'all about tasting ass and dick?
no, what? No. There was a guy who we had who was from Planned Parenthood. He used to teach the health ed. We had a gym teacher. He was different, but the health teacher, they came in from Planned Parenthood. They were like sex educators. So my school was very, not saying liberal or open, but they were pretty straightforward. And my teacher, he was great. And he literally came in and said, we're going to do an activity and we're all going to break up into 5 groups of 5 senses and you're going to have to tell me about during, sexual intercourse, the things that you taste, you smell, whatever. And it really taught us because everybody's all stupid. So when you get up there, you're embarrassed. He was like, if you cannot discuss things like an adult, because that's an adult act, you should not be doing it. And we also did one where he would ask us yes or no questions, and we had to move to this side of the room or that side of the room if we disagreed or not. He would tell us the correct answer. Mm-hmm. So one of the questions was, if you want to be extra protected during sex, wear 2 condoms. So the rest of the class went to no, and there was 2 niggas over here that went to yes, and the one boy was like, oh, my doctor told me to wear 2. And the other boy was like, in case you're messing with a real dirty chick, you want to strip up. We're like, what? You fucking... Yo, that whole class made me realize niggas is nasty.
Real niggas know you don't wear rubbers.
No!
Wait.
Whoa! We do not approve of that!
Not at all.
It take away all the feeling. What the fuck you wear a rubber for?
You might as well fuck a balloon. I'm joking. You might as well stick your dick in a helium balloon. Let the air go. Oh, Lord. Now, before we head to our next segment, is there anything that you guys wish you would have known or been told beforehand that probably would have changed your trajectory or like your life or decisions you made when it comes to like sex and relationships?
Good question. I feel like everything I learned from school and stuff like that made me like very cautious of who I wanted to like even if it's play sexual, like if I want to get sexual with someone, I know like my mom always said this was always like don't let no one force you into it. Mm-hmm. But if you're ready, you let them know. You tell them when you're ready. So I always had that aspect when I first decided to do it. I'm like, look, I'm gonna tell you right now. You're not gonna tell me when you want it. It's when I'm ready, when I'm the fuck ready. Mm-hmm. So I was always been like that. So I'm like, when I want it or when I'm ready for it, then I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna let you know. So I was always been like that. So
I think it's more. I feel like I wish more people would talk to the kids. Not saying you have to get into detail about everything. Yeah, never. But I feel like there's
not a deep detail. But I
feel like there's stuff missing. Like I feel like there's a gap. Like there's on one end when you're a kid, it's like if somebody. I don't know nothing about it.
When I met you last night, baby. Boy, you opened up your gap.
One of my mouth or in whoa! I'm in tea, not, what? I'm tired of y'all. I'm tired of all of these beer traps. I feel like I meant 2, not mouth. I was even thinking about that.
No comment.
But
I can't.
I feel like there's talks that's like 1 minute it's like, oh, you're a kid, danger, don't talk to people, don't get in people's cars, and then there's like, don't have no baby. Like there's no in between of like talking to people, like they're actually, people would
I
have thought
actually
some
missed it
feeling.
there. I'm not gonna lie. I
Dare.
do. Remember the day when
Dare to resist against
no, but like it was so. I like how they was like.
This is your brain launcher?
Yeah, like how
That shit
every
ain't work.
look every year they came in and was like, "There, don't do drugs. This. We watch a movie." I actually missed that. They don't do that anymore.
They do not.
Because all the rappers and shit is making it cool
No,
just to be on
yeah,
lead.
all that shit is legal. That's why. Just about.
Percocet. Molly Percocet.
Yeah.
Percocet. Shout out to Preach, by the way. I've been listening to that shit for the last week or whatever.
Shout out to Russell Love.
That's why I felt like I'm boring because I was like, I didn't do no drugs. I didn't do none of that. Well, I can't really do shit because I had a family who was like a crosser guard and a cop. So
I was Gary said you couldn't go nowhere.
yeah.
Cause you on the street. Don't get him mad. He said when he ready to try something.
Oh shit.
But I feel like even with that, maybe that can be a next episode. Like if we ever like the first time we drank, the first time we smoked, first time we got, you know.
Oh, the first time I smoked?
Yeah.
Shit, we gonna be here all day.
But I feel like it's definitely like for me, I was so against it when I was younger, and I used to always have friends that were like, "Come to the park," and kind of like, "Nah, I'm good. I don't want to do that. I'm better than that."
Look, I had friends who would tell me what they did. I'm like, nah, I'm not working with y'all. I'm not working with y'all.
Shout out to SWB all the way for ruining my teenagehood because downtown fucking changed my life forever. I always wondered why that shit was so important. I love y'all for that though, because now I know why it's important, but still, y'all ruined my fucking childhood.
Yeah, downtown. Oh, that was my shit.
Can't stop till you find my love.
But we switch gears. We want to give a shout out to Simone Biles, who recently got married. Woo! Her and her boyfriend recently got married.
Yes. She looking good.
She does. It looks like a very fit couple. Mm-hmm. I know we were talking about the birds and the bees, but it's just they look like they both have a lot of stamina. I'll say that.
Wait, what?
You ever see two fit people together and be like,
you think they have a marathon fucking session?
Yes.
Oh my god!
I mean, when you're both on protein powder, yes.
Well,
I really can't say nothing, so I'm gonna leave that.
When you see two like
she is a gymnast, I'm just saying.
And she can bend her body.
Oh, she could do a split.
On the whoa, my god!
Oh my god!
Can you on the? Oh my god! No, but shout out to them. It seems that
I almost slipped to say something, and then y'all look at me. I almost slipped.
No, say it. Don't speak religion.
Nah.
But it seems like people were more concerned with how she wore her hair than her being married and her being happy.
Why is that even the fucking issue?
Did she have braid? What was it? Braid? What she had?
I think it was a regular ponytail or she had braids. It wasn't whatever. But I'm getting really tired of fucking people. Like when it comes to the black people, when they talk about hair, it's like, oh, you gotta look like this. You gotta look. Let her be her. Let her be great.
Right.
Like I'm tired of that shit. That shit is really getting to me when it comes to that. Like, oh,
it's irking.
I'm like, no, because the problem is she's all natural.
Yeah.
She ain't do no wig, she didn't put no wig on, right. She didn't do no extension of it. It was all natural, and everybody mad about that.
She went as she was. Yeah. So it's no problem with that. I think we're just living in a time where we're so used to seeing people like filters, this and that. Like even me, like I'm trying to make it a more of a effort not to use, even if it's like the natural filters. Like what happened when you just would take regular normal pictures, or you didn't have to have your face done, face to.
You really going through that?
Which one's you looking for?
Which one you really looking for?
So
wow, y'all just gonna be going ahead.
But what was I gonna say? I don't know why they're so. She looked great. He looked great.
They both
They
look
look like.
to me, it looked like it was just like a regular plain wedding, nothing extravagant, none of that. It was just plain and simple. It was great.
I think that's what I would want though. Like to be honest with you, the more that I get older and think like when you were, how was your marriage? I'm married. I mean, not marriage. Your wedding.
It was small, just like a few friends and family.
Exactly. It was.
I think that's how I would want it.
Same.
I see people go broke, spend $10,000 on a wedding. Like
you don't want people there just because they can mean something.
Right.
Yes.
And you gotta remember, like I feel like depends on who you're inviting. They get that +1.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, you inviting 25 people, or no, let's say you invite 50 people.
And make sure they can all do the electric slides. Everybody can.
Or the wobble.
Well,
Well, it's like 3 different ways to do that shit. So
yeah. But like you invite 50 people and it's that +1. Now you gotta feed 100 people, and then you gotta be mindful of everybody else.
And if you be RSVPing, don't be showing up.
Or you got people who may be vegan, and you gotta deal with that shit.
No vegans. I'm out. No, I'm joking.
Damn.
I'm vegan.
Then eat the salad. That's it. That's all we got. That's all we got for you.
Good.
I ain't get no half vegan cake. But yeah, people.
3 is all I care about.
I'm thinking like if I was to get married, I would really want it to be very small. I would go to the courthouse and get married, maybe we go out to eat or do something or have a romantic night. Like I don't want
like if I'm in the courthouse, but I'm gonna do it like later on down the line, do like a big like a good gathering that everybody will be around.
Right.
But like y'all I know y'all asses waiting for the day to happen. Like, oh, I already told them it was like y'all gonna be the DJ. They already claimed they gonna take the DJ spot.
See, first of all, I know there's no place waiting till you leave.
Why y'all waiting?
Don't be real serious on my heart.
Let's take this chance and make this more be relevant.
Don't you know I love you from the start, yeah.
How y'all all the way into the song?
You know we take it this far.
And I think about where would I be if we were to just fall apart.
And I just gotta
Meet me at the altar in your white tux. We know young boy, power, you don't That's what we and you. Told me your time.
Yo. I told
Let's give me. But on a more serious note, we want to give a quick update on the Jordan Neely case. Last time we talked about when it first happened, but now more has come out. The gentleman, what is his name?
I don't even know.
We look up his name. The gentleman who had him in the chokehold, who's the ex-Marine, a 24-year-old ex-Marine, has since put out a statement.
Basically saying he was felt threatened and he did what he had to do. But come to find out, was he also, they said he was also got kicked out in the military.
Daniel Penny, by the way.
Daniel Penny? Daniel Penny. A penny for your thoughts. But they didn't say that the charges were not
second, I think it was like second degree manslaughter.
Okay. But he has since, like we said, like I was saying, has spoke out and basically said that it wasn't his intention to kill him. But I'm just like, if you cut off someone's way of breathing, like I can understand the notion of feeling threatened, but I do not understand like you can hold someone a million different ways without cutting off their oxygen.
You could put them in the
sharpshooter, and I'm joking. Like something else, like anything else.
I said the sharpshooter.
Yeah, like I was thinking about.
I'm not cutting off your circulation.
How the fuck are you gonna get him down to the ground in that position?
I was thinking about what was the move that they had the hand by the head. I forgot.
Full Nelson.
Well, you can even do that.
Oh, so you can say full, but I can't say.
At least that person is standing up.
Full Nelson. Wait, what if a guy says he wants to put you in a full Nelson? What is that?
That's a
He's standing behind you with your arms above your head, basically restricting your movements.
Okay.
Why did you just get turned on by that?
I didn't get turned on.
Your whole
it was in a song, and I was curious as to what he meant by that. And I'm like,
but no, you're not looking at what we look at.
Your whole face said, you was just sitting there like
I wasn't turned on. I was having thoughts like, woo. But anyway,
but how you just said, ooh, like, oh shit, oh, let me have my man do some shit like that.
Anyway.
About to have you start quoting Lloyd Mason. I ain't a wrestler, but I put your bitch in the Boston crab.
Boston crab or Boston cream? Anyway.
Oh,
but the update was that he's being charged. Okay.
And they say it was just second degree manslaughter, but
And I did say that, of course, Jordan had a history of
but my thing is
of
that
mental illness, and he had a history of actually attacking people. Allegedly, he had a history of attacking people as
but
well.
doesn't it, okay, I can understand you saying he has a history of mental health. But my thing is this, killing someone, that's not the way to help someone if they have mentally stable or without mental illness.
Right, and they're mentally unstable.
Exactly. Even if they dealt with a cop, everybody got bad criminal backgrounds, or they probably did their shit they wish they regret, probably have that on their record.
Right.
Does not mean they, like, we ain't saying like that. But it doesn't mean that, okay, he has a record, okay, we going to exclude this man and say, oh, he killed him because he felt threatened. No, like, that's the shit I really don't like, because if you're so quick to go to somebody's background, like, oh, he used to deal with a cop, so it was justified. No, it doesn't matter if they had a bad past. People have bad past. People may not have a silver spoon.
That was uncalled for. Two wrongs don't make a right.
Right.
You're in your right mind. This person has gone through traumatic things with losing his mother and how that whole thing happened.
They even said it. Still to that day, he still couldn't cope that he lost his mother.
In the way she passed.
Right. So I forgot how she passed.
She was murdered allegedly by an ex-boyfriend and chopped up and put in a suitcase.
Damn.
Yeah.
And he had to be, I think, present for the trial to testify against, I guess, how their relationship was turbulent, I'm assuming.
So how you feel that, to deal with that, knowing that what happened, and then you going through life with that, and you still can't cope that your mother got murdered, or you're still trying to find peace.
Not murdered, dismembered.
Yeah.
Damn.
Completely dismembered. Disfigured, dismembered, all of that.
Like, I don't know if I could go on about life if my mom was like dismembered and I knew about that shit.
Exactly.
Like, damn. I didn't know that part of it. Like,
I heard they say it was bad.
Like, that's, God, rest in peace to that brother, but God damn. That's a lot to go through.
It is. And that's why I was like, I'm sad his life had to end in that kind of tragic way too. Like, no one wants to die getting choked out on the train by a random person in front of random people and not
ex-military, but he was like this.
And the thing is, you know your power. You're ex-marine.
Mm-hmm.
You know the training they have to go.
They said he was this. They said he was.
He anybody should know when to let up because you are trying to kill someone.
And like I said, what we just seen with George Floyd, does anybody know how long he was holding him for? And how many minutes?
9 minutes.
9?
9 minutes.
That's unacceptable. That's totally unacceptable. By the third minute, I would have let go because I knew he would have been like 9.
Yeah.
The whole 9 minutes.
Rest in peace to Jordan Neely. I hope that he does get justice. I hope that they do.
To me, I hardly feel like it's going to happen because since he's coming out and speak on it,
and they're trying to bring up his history like that connotes you dying or someone killing you.
And then, like, nobody really pointed out that you got this man who was an ex-Marine, he got been discharged. So it makes you wonder, like,
that's why he's no longer.
Right.
I mean, that's why I said, for someone to be that young, I'm not saying people can't be that young, get out the military, like they can go at 18 and get out 24, 25, 26, but it's so young that he got discharged.
They didn't say what he got
We'll
discharged.
keep you guys updated and we'll look more into that about why he was discharged. Because that's questionable too. That maybe he may have had mental issues as well.
I mean, it's only
One or two
One or
things.
two ways you can get discharged.
Right.
Either honorably or dishonorably.
Right.
There's one and two. There's only two ways you can do it.
Right.
Honorably, that you just can't do anymore, and then dishonorably, like you did some shit so severe that they gotta take.
He don't seem like it was anything physically wrong with him. So what did you do that got you kicked out of the ring?
Right.
And sometimes you could, and sometimes on that they could say you can't follow simple direction, or you just go into a blaze if someone's gun blazing,
or you're trying to abuse the power that you do have, or the strength
Exactly.
that you do have.
Exactly.
But yeah, we'll keep you guys updated if we hear anything further or like the results of the sentencing. So one of the last few things we're going to talk about is running across on Instagram. Rapper Sauce Walker doesn't date black women, and y'all already know how I'm going. So I know of Sauce Walker. He is a rapper from Texas. I think he's from Houston specifically. I think I'm wrong, but I know he is from Texas. I need to fact check that really quickly because I don't want to get anything wrong when I'm talking about him, and I don't want to be petty because if you're listening, hopefully one day you do listen. I'm not going to sit here and talk about your looks, which will be an easy way out. I'm not going to sit here and talk about your non-existing music that no one has ever heard of and no one even knows you from. And the only reason why you're getting caught right now is because of downgrading and talking about black women. Now, I have no problem with people having a preference, as y'all like to call it, even though preference sounds really like prejudice to me. A preference is, I like vanilla ice cream, right? I prefer it. But if I eat chocolate, I'm not going to die, right? That's a preference, right?
Yeah.
Right. I'm not going to be like, I love to date a white woman, but if I see a black woman, no. That's not how preferences work. So he likes to say he prefers to date white women because white women are more about teamwork and love. Oh, Anglo-American women specifically are more about teamwork. And he says, they are more open to being a business relationship and accept my lifestyle having multiple women. Black women aren't open to teamwork and not being the only woman.
You know what? And what you just read, I understand him fully right now. This ain't about no business decision. He just want to fuck other bitches.
Exactly. Thank you.
And get away with it.
Stop being a cat ass nigga and just say you like women, and this is what you said, who are doormats. If you feel like black women don't want to put up with your shit because we deal with other shit, then by all means, no one is missing out on you. Exactly. No one's missing out on you. And your mediocre music, the lifestyle.
Hold on, let her do it.
I'm just saying, I hate when people try to cover up, like, what type of businesses are you having with these white women? Like, there are plenty of black women who you could go into businesses in because black women have a lot of businesses and successful businesses. It's just they don't want to fuck you. That's what it is.
So she is right. She is right. Because the only thing I can think of is like, if we're together, we go fuck. But don't call me after this time. Don't tell me if you see me, I don't know you. Blah blah blah. That sounds like what he's trying to do.
He said, I quote, I'm rich for real. I got white bitches who wash my dishes and clean my clothes and dry my body off when I get out the shower. And then he says, I love black women. I love black women and would fuck a black bitch, but no, I wouldn't date them.
I need proof.
He's saying she's reading it. That's what he's actually saying.
Quotes. Ain't no accusations.
You can't take that. You have to take that out.
All I'm saying is, people do what you want to do. You do not have to insult black women to do what you want to do. If you want to run, if you want to the snow bunnies and do what you want to do,
if
that's
you want to live
fine.
a single life, be a single life. But don't sit here trying to say, "Oh, I'm only going to fuck white bitches and then not date with black bitches," because Just say if you want to be single and you want to have fun, just say it. Like,
just say that. That's it, because you could partner with plenty of black women to make money. It's just the fact that they're not going to deal with your bullshit. That's what it is.
So that's what made you mad?
I'm not going to argue or talk about. I'm not going to give this nigga too much energy who was on the internet a couple years back arguing because when Lil Uzi got the diamond in the middle of his forehead, he was the one talking about how I'm the first person with a diamond on my face. I'm not doing it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Look it up.
I forgot.
Uh-huh. Like, you should have better things you need to do with your life. Like, make businesses with your white woman.
Hold up. They was really arguing about who was the first person to get jewelry.
Like he sold the boy. I was the first rapper. Yes.
I remember that.
Yes. He had one, I think, on the side of his face.
Mm-hmm. You know what? What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Seriously. Like,
I don't know. Sauce walk up. And it's a shame because I thought he was kind of cool at first. And, and then when you hear, I'm gonna give advice for y'all celebrities, whatever. Stop talking. You fell for the trick. When someone asks you who you like to date, don't answer. That's your personal business.
I don't know step on your toes. I know you marking shit down, but since we going there with all these new niggas and all y'all shit that y'all fucking do, Ja fucking Morant.
Yes.
Please still.
Ja fucking Morant. Okay. For those who aren't familiar with who he is or why he's relevant right now, he is a star basketball player for the Memphis Grizzlies who 2 months ago got caught in a strip club, can't get a lap dance just like everybody else, can't go look at ass and tits like everybody else. He got to fucking get on Instagram Live with a fucking gun, and I don't know what he was trying to prove because we all know your bitch ass ain't gonna shoot no fucking body. You got too much to lose if you fucking pull the trigger. But that's besides the point.
Get on your Stephen A. Smith shit. Go ahead.
That's besides the point. He, after all this happens, gets suspended by the Memphis Grizzlies for eight games, loses $40 fucking million because his ass didn't make the All NBA first team because of this off the court bullshit. Lost the deal with Powerade. Damn near lost the deal with Nike. But you know what? I said, you know what? Listen to my homegirl Jazz because it's probably an age thing. You know what? He's a youngin'. I'm gonna give him that.
Nah.
Maybe he's gonna learn from it.
That's cop out. Hell no.
Hold on. I'm getting it. He goes and does a whole sit down with Jalen Rose about how sorry he is, how he gonna learn from this. This is not who he is. Blah 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 blah. Sits down with the commissioner of the NBA, tells him the same fucking thing. 2 months fucking later.
Yes.
You get caught up for the same shit.
And it's always like
how?
See, now I'm gonna say something about this because when I saw this, I saw the comments. Everyone was blaming his friends for doing that shit. I'm gonna say this: if y'all really paid attention to that video, here's one of the friends that was recording. When he saw that Jay pull out that gun, he did try to put that phone down. I'm gonna give that friend that.
And then he gonna put out some bullshit apology talking about something. I know my words don't mean shit right now. You goddamn fucking right it don't mean shit right now. You're a liar. We don't believe you. You did this shit already and you still fucking lied about it. You ain't learned that goddamn thing.
But my thing, thank you. But my thing is this: like everybody's trying to blame his friend. I heard a lot of people like, "Oh, his friends ain't shit. His friends ain't shit." No, this nigga is what 24 years old. This is not like he's a teenager. Yeah. Like when you're 13, 14, you do dumb shit like that. Yeah. You're fucking 20.
And on top of that, you're like, what is with people nowadays, younger people, when they see a camera, the first thing they want to do is why?
First off, doing that shit, everybody already know what you about, and you ain't about that fucking life. Because a real OG would not be on Instagram with a fucking gun in his hand.
But from what I was hearing, he was supposed to be listening to some new rap song, a rapper who was Young Thug, or like I forgot how they named themselves, but at the end of the day, he was listening to that music and he wilded out. But I'm like, but at the end of the day, either rapper that you listen to, every time you play that motherfucking music, that rapper is going to get paid regardless.
You know how she had a problem with the infant drop boxes and how this triggered her last
Right.
song? He fucking triggered me when I saw this because you know how hard it is to make it to the NBA?
It's definitely hard.
To get the kind of money he's getting, and he gonna fuck it all up for what?
But my thing is this: if I was him, and the first time I saw myself losing $40 million, I would have done every fucking thing in my power to not lose that shit again. Like
my thing is this: it's like I understand how Stephen A. Smith feels now when he told him lay off the weed, like lay off the gas, like just keep the gas away from you, dog. Like why is it so hard?
I know we got to move on shit, but I'm gonna let y'all in on my reaction when I found out about it because
you was pissed.
I'm like, okay,
Again?
so I finished having Mother's Day lunch with the wife and everything.
You were in a good mood.
I was in a good mood. I'm getting ready to watch the Sixers get their ass whoops. By the way, shout out to them finally firing Doc Rivers. That was much needed. Anyway, I was getting ready to watch the Sixers.
That one.
I was getting ready to watch the Sixers get their ass whooped.
Do Doc Rivers' voice. I'm doing.
I don't know what happened. They just couldn't miss a shot. We couldn't make a play. I don't get it. I had the MVP on my side, and we still couldn't make it. Anyway.
Oh shit! Go ahead.
I'm getting ready to watch the Sixers get their ass whooped by Boston. When I'm waiting for the pregame to end, the game to start. So I get on Twitter, and Lil Duval is talking about Ja Morant. I'm like, all right, what's going on? So I go to where it says trending, and I see he's trending. So I'm scrolling, like, all right, well, they must be talking about the first time because this is old. He didn't get caught with a gun again. And then
You seen the new video.
I get to the video, and you got to be the dumbest motherfucker I ever met in ever had the pleasure of not in my motherfucking life.
Damn.
You got caught again? Again! 2 months after the first shit, you got caught again.
What was the last time someone, a public figure, did something repeatedly? You was like, again? Really?
Ooh. That's Bobby Brown.
What are we talking about?
Bobby Brown.
What he do?
What didn't he do? Like, damn, Bobby again.
That's
I
what
think I feel that way about the baby because I used to really like the baby. But every time you talk about this nigga was shooting people, smacking people, choking people,
You remember that fight? Remember the baby had that fight in that bowler out?
Yeah, he couldn't. Oh, with her brother, with the thing.
Bobby Brown, Chris Brown, either one.
Yeah, like again. How do you keep doing that?
Why?
If y'all had advice to give Ja Morant, what do you think he should do for the next 6 months?
You are a hooper. Be the basketball guy. You're not a shooter. You're a shooter on the court, but you're not a shooter off the court. That's not you.
I still feel like I think he's done. Like there's no coming back at it.
Oh, look.
I don't think he's done. How's Gilbert Arenas doing?
When Gilbert Arenas is telling you fucked up, you fucked up. Gilbert Arenas.
I don't know. Gilbert Arenas was he
suspended for a whole season
because he came to the locker room with guns blazing.
Even Gilbert Arenas right now is like, nigga, again?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. You didn't learn from the first time.
Yeah, you ain't learned from me. I gave you the blueprint for how this shit goes.
Look, I seen the memes that talk about they need Samuel L. Jackson with that movie he was in when he was in with the basketball players.
Coach Carter. Bitch, he needs to do 2,000 suicides. Right now. You're not leaving until you get done. And the whole thing do it. Nah, I ain't taking the fall for John.
Yeah, like so I have different.
How do you think these conversations are like with his teammates? Like, do you think they blowing him up behind the scenes?
This nigga
They
again.
pissed the fuck off.
They pissed. They did like this nigga again.
I saw an interview that the commissioner of the NBA, Adam Silver, did last week about the whole situation. And he looked like, all right, you know how like when you get in trouble and one of your parents vouch for you and shit, and then you go fuck up again?
Yeah.
That's how he looked like. You broke my heart, dude. Really? Again?
It's hard to break his heart because he
This is his words. He said he assumed the worst when the investigation was started. So he's already saying, I don't believe shit you got to say right now. I know your ass did this shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to suspend the fuck out of you.
What do y'all think the punishment will be this time?
He's getting at least 30
The whole
or 40
season?
games. I don't think the whole season. I think at least 30 or 40 games.
Well, how much time we got for the season left?
It's 8. Well, they in the playoffs now. I'm talking. This is going to start next year.
Yeah.
He's going to start next year on the bench.
Oh shit!
Like they gave him grace the first time around with just the 8 games. Technically, the Grizzlies suspended him. The NBA did.
They're not.
The NBA was just like, all right, we see the punishment. We cool.
And now the NBA is going to suspend.
But after he talked to the commissioner and said how sorry he was, and then to go out and do it 2 months later, oh no, they get ready to
why is
suspend
it
the
the
fuck out
same
of
thing? Like, why can't it be a middle finger or a stack of money? Why gotta be a gun? What is that?
And this is what I'm saying.
But that's the generation now. Every time you see somebody with a music, rap music, some shit like that, they always pull out a gun.
How your boy in that situation got more common sense than you? Because as soon as he turns the camera and sees you,
like,
doing
oh,
shit, let me put the phone down.
He's like, oh no.
Yeah, he's the only. I would say the only guy. He really tried to protect his friend. Like, yo, he could try to put the phone down. It was too late though.
You the one with everything to lose.
How your boy
in that situation got more common sense than you? Make it make sense.
I'm not lying. That is the good question.
All I know is
my thing is this: if we in a car together, we all gonna pull our phones to do whatever. But
that's like us going on live and then me pulling out a.
Exactly. You pull out a gun, I'm gonna look at, first of all, as a friend, if you did that shit, I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, and the thing is, I'm not saying he can't do that because first of all, I wanna know, whose live is it? Because it can't be his.
It was his friend's live.
Because that was me, I would have deleted that shit immediately. That means whoever is watching that.
But you know how this works? The second he did that with the gun, that was the screenshot.
Yeah,
right
but
there.
it must be people who know him did that because don't nobody really know his friend like that.
No, but it was off his friends.
Yeah, but you know how niggas be like, yeah, I'm with my boy John Moran.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like,
but you like what Mo said. Once you get a screenshot or some shit, or if it's that 15-second video of him showing a gun, it's going to be shared.
Even when his boy turning the phone, John already fucked up because for that 5-10 seconds or whatever when his boy was looking at him with the camera. It's already out there.
Exactly.
You can't delete that at that point because people have already seen it.
They already seen it, shared it, retweeted it, every fucking
very
thing.
random. But do you think John Morant was named after Ja Rule?
Really? Really?
I wonder what Ja was thinking of John Morant.
T. Moran. John Moran's dead. T. Talk to your son. He is getting ready to fucking lose it all.
Is that his dad's real name?
Yeah.
T. Ja? Do they not like having full names?
Goddamn. I'm trying to be serious right now.
You just go.
I wonder what Ja Rule thinks of a time like this. What does a fellow Ja Rule
T.
think?
Moran, if you somehow end up seeing this, talk to your son because he's getting ready to fucking blow it all.
LeVar Ball him. Do that.
Yo, he about to
got Avery LeVar.
I was right about to
Wait, what's the dad's name?
LeVar.
Oh, okay.
You gotta stay in your lane.
Be
Undefeated.
yeah,
No.
there you go. I mean, I can't speak because the influence had a little mishap, but still, be.
Yeah. Talk to your kid before he don't fuck around and lose all that NBA money.
Yeah.
And how you like sitting courtside when he playing the Lakers and shit?
Not even the NBA money, it's the endorsements. Like, NBA check is one thing. The endorsements go on after your NBA career. Like, you ain't gonna have shit.
The reason why
he could be an endorsement for Smith & Wesson.
The reason why Josh can get the Nike deal is because of Kyrie. Nike cut ties with Kyrie because of the anti-Semitic shit. And John was next up.
I told you he could be a spokesperson for Smith & Wesson now, wherever he wanted to. That's illegal. These new rubber bullets. I'm joking. Listen, just saying. I might be seeing him at the gun show next year. Just saying. But before we get out of here, And before we get into the last segment, what advice do y'all have to give them?
He need to get his shit together.
If he was your homie, he was your child, he was your friend, your nephew, your cousin,
You get
what kind of realistically, realistically,
he really about to get pumped. Oh shit, he about to go in.
Yeah.
Who? It's the movie.
Pause.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Job. Be the basketball guy. You are not about that life. You were not brought up as a thug. You are not going to bust a gun no place because you got too much to lose. Be the NBA guy. Get your money. Just live your life. Not that way. Not with the guns and shit. Be the hooper. That's it. That's my only advice for it. Be the basketball guy.
I can't even give him advice because I'm like 2 times you already did it. Like what the fuck is wrong with you? Like I said before.
I think he just needs to chill out. I would say chill off of social media. Like
yeah.
keep it low key. You're way too high.
You wildin', B. You wildin'.
You wildin'.
Exactly.
Speaking of niggas who will be wildin', I just want to say, if I'm finding it really quickly so we can end off our segment. This is a new segment that I'm going to be doing or trying to be doing every other podcast. And it's going to be a music deep dive where I dive deep into the lyrics of songs that we all know and love and listen to unconsciously as a kid, that our parents, our grandparents, or maybe our aunt, uncles probably played, or older cousins or older brothers and sisters. And then one day when you look at the lyrics and you listen to it, like, what the fuck did I just listen to? So I was scrolling on YouTube and I know we all know about Bobby Womack, the singer Bobby Womack.
If you think you're lonely now,
Wait until tonight, girl.
So I know him, but I didn't know this particular song, and it says, I wish he didn't trust me so much. I'm like, what is he talking about?
I wish you didn't trust me so much.
And then in one part of the lyrics, I was listening to it, and he was like, I got a best friend, and he's the best friend I got. I'd give him the shirt off my back. He knows he can trust me with his life, but each time he leaves me alone with his wife. I wish he didn't trust me so much.
This podcast is dedicated to all that shit.
And
Who would fuck they boy's wife in that situation?
And then he said, how can he be so blind? We both got the same good taste. He knows when he's going on his business trip. I can't help watching his woman.
I wish you didn't trust me so much.
I was like, wait, what the? When I first heard that, I said, wait, pause. Did he is admitting that he's fucking his boy? Why? I said, wait, did he really fucking his boy's wife? I said, oh my god, this is really happening. I was lost for words.
Like, I know that's my boy and everything, but this woman, she be coming around me with the sundresses on and be showing out that shit. Like,
so allegedly, there's more to the story. I say alleged because I don't want to be accused of that. But if you go on YouTube, there are plenty of videos that show that Bobby Womack and Sam Cooke were very, very good friends. And it just so happened that when Sam Cooke passed away, Bobby Womack married his widow 2 months later. Mm-hmm. And he apparently wore one of Sam Cooke's suits to his funeral.
What? Wait, hold up. What?
Yes.
He wore one of Sam Cooke's funeral to Sam Cooke's funeral?
Yes.
You got to be a low down dirty man.
Yeah, that's real.
So yeah, just a mental note to all the lyric lovers out there who really like to listen to the song, the words of the song. Really pay attention to what you're listening to. Because I was like, how was this a hit? But then again, we have songs like, what's that song? Barbara, I'm Shirley. What's that song? You know Barbara, this is Shirley. What song is that?
What you call it?
By Ashley Lane? By Shirley Murdoch?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I know that song.
So, but I
Well, that
cannot
makes me think about the other song. What's the other one? It's like, for the young people and to talk about that new trend and shit they come out with it. My love is a shh. The bomb baby, bomb baby.
What song is that?
Oh, you don't know about that one? Oh shit.
Who's singing?
It's called, I forgot what's the name of it. It's called
Something for the people.
Something for the people. Yeah.
Something for the what?
Something for the people.
What is it? Something for the freaks? Oh shit.
No, something for the people. I remember that song. Boy, it was like, boy, you never find another as good as this. So you better represent.
What year was this? This came out
95 or it was like in the 90s. I heard that song. That shit was hot.
But I just wanted to say, rest in peace to Bobby Womack, but you was a wild bull. I appreciate the honesty though.
I got the song.
You do? I was trying to load it up, but I could not get to play a little snippet of it. But he was a wild bull for me.
He's not own the rights to this music, by the way.
Exactly. So don't try to cancel us.
Just skip to that part. Put it up to the.
Yo, he's really singing.
God damn.
Like, he really did trust you. Like, if he didn't trust you, he wouldn't be with us. What?
Yo.
But you didn't trust me so much.
I was like, yo.
I bet he said we got the same things. Like, we like fucking the same women. And you gonna leave me alone with your wife?
You know that question, man.
Give him the shirt on my back and give his wife dick.
Exactly. Here you go, nigga.
I'm like, did nobody, none of the neighbors notice that she kept coming to the house or he kept coming over there?
Listen, I have no idea how it was back then, but all I know is that's some wild shit.
Yo, that's crazy.
I thought sister was about my man is her man, her man, her man. I thought that was wild.
I'm saying this is like, it almost sounds like he's blaming his boy for cheating.
Yeah, like
with
you
his wife.
have made me cheat because you have trusted me so much around her.
Like,
You have
how do you blame him? You didn't have to fuck her.
He knows we got the same taste in bitches. Why would he do this? Why would he put me in this compromising position?
Right?
Why?
Nigga, this is your fault.
She got the
Matter, you should be apologizing to me right now.
Remember, she had the titties. What about
When your titties, tassels on, tassels on, tassels on your titties, tassels on, tassels on.
Now y'all got me fucking singing this song.
That was stupid.
Oh Lord. Did we die?
I think we did.
Tassels on, yo, we still recording? Tassels on, tassels on, tassels on, yo.
You still got a pause there, don't you?
We got edited.
Yeah, you got it.
Tassels on your titties.
And it really just died. Hold on. Let me pee before you.
I was going to say, we both just about to wrap it up at
And then
Tassels on your titties. Wait, why come my music wasn't playing? I felt some type of way.
Oh, now it works.
Right. Not even cute.
Well, he was pretty much old by that point. Really, he can.
We both got the same taste. I wish you did justice so much.
Oh my god.
I wish you didn't trust me so much.
Alright, let's wrap this shit up.
Thank you, a wild boy, valuable man. But we still love you as a musician. So you had to learn to love people's music and not their personal life.
I wish you didn't trust me so much.
And he was dead ass serious and everything. I was like, God.
Yeah, they came from a real place experience.
Anyway, episode 10.
Yeah,
We get ready to close this one
and
out.
down the hatch. Yep.
Yes.
We did it again. We still here.
Yes.
Anything y'all want to say in closing before we get out of here?
No. Keep streaming, keep listening, subscribe. Check us out on social media. Though but check us out on our page.
2418 show,
And
Instagram,
then we're gonna
Facebook.
be uploading our videos on YouTube, so that instead of if you don't want to listen, instead you want a visual, or you want to do both. You want to listen, then you want to watch it.
Yeah, so just let them know, like,
You
even
just
though,
want to see my handsome face.
yeah, so, no, what? I just say, yeah, like, what the
You
fuck?
didn't trust us so much.
So even though that
Tell
we
us some
see,
shit like that. I wish you didn't trust us so much.
right? So even though this is our second video we did together, because we're on episode 10, but we have been started since the beginning of the year.
Right.
So we just let them still see, like,
Yeah, we're getting there. Like, we have to get everything in order. We want the technology to be better for you guys and things to be more crisp and clean and clear.
And also,
so we getting there.
2418 mixtape coming soon.
See?
I know one of your songs will be tassels on titties, whatever.
Tassels on your titties.
Tassels on, tassels on, tassels on your titties. Tassels on, tassels on.
Oh Lord. Yeah, that'll be some funny shit. Everybody. What are you doing?
This is what we were doing at your graduation.
Yeah,
Sitting there discussing the intro to DMX, how it's going down.
Oh Lord.
Who dick you sucking? Don't come with that bullshit. Come on, B, I just heard some shit about it. Shit. Who dick you sucking?
I don't know nobody here fucking young. I don't know nobody fucking with nobody.
Like, ass bitch still got to holler his name too.
Who the fuck is it?
Bitch, you fucking up.
That was the craziest intro to the song. The song like, what? And then the song, he be like, I see you with your baby photo. You get me smacked up. Like, what?
Like, he starts that shit, the phone, she didn't even pick up yet.
Who think you sucking?
He didn't even
She
say,
said,
who dick you sucking?
what? Somebody was like that.
Come on, B, don't lie.
Somebody, exactly. Yeah, but
Who dick you sucking?
this has been another edition of the 2418 show.
AKA your new favorite podcast.
Yeah.
This is your guy.
AKA, yo,
This is
wow,
Avery.
crazy cousins. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Anyway, just talk over us.
I'm sorry.
Wait, what did you say, my cousins? Crazy
I said,
cousins.
AKA, your wild, crazy cousins.
Just have to make sure. It sounded like something else for a second.
Not kissing cousins.
We won't end it like that. Make sure you like and subscribe to the show if you like what you hear. Tell all your friends about us because we try to keep doing what we're doing for y'all because we love y'all. This is your guy, No Love.
This is Avery.
And this is Jazz. And we're going to end it like this. You ready? We're going to end it, but you going to hit the button. We're going to hit it. Ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3, go. Tassels on your titties. Tassels on. Tassels on. Tassels on your titties. Tassels on. Tassels on.
We out this bitch.
Hey. Tassels on your titties.